Following the last post on the trade mergers, I received an article from, I was looking at an article in the New American where Christian Gomez outlined a few things that I thought might be nice to try to bring together for you. And it was, according to him, the steps they mean to take the Pacific region toward merging with the U.S. and China. Doesn't that sound awesome, merging the United States with China? I mean, we really are working on this coexistence thing and doing a beautiful job. The current news articles make it appear that the FTAAP is a Chinese initiative. Well, you're probably not hearing much about the FTAAP. It's the free trade area of the Asia Pacific. And it's a Chinese initiative aimed, or they say it's a Chinese initiative aimed at defeating the TPP controlled by the U.S., forcing us to be able to choose between two evils. Nothing would actually be further from the truth, as the first link demonstrates, which I think I've posted them recently down the line in my Facebook page. It is all it's all show business to get the anti-communists to be, communist is a weird name to say now, isn't it? To support the TPP to stop the FTAAP. And Christian Gomez does a great job at explaining that. He takes an article out of the on the White House website at whitehouse.gov in 2010, talking about the TPP stepping stone toward FTAAP, East-West Convergence Global Communism. I mean, this stuff is so in your face, it's unbelievable. In his book, Soviet KGB defector Anatoly Golitsyn discussed how the Soviet were working toward a future convergence of the East and West to facilitate the creation of a world communist government. Here's some information about the free trade area of Asia Pacific, which is an economic liberalization and integration of the communist bloc with the U.S.-led Western democratic free world and the Pacific. How cool is that? According to the White House website, based on the results of this work, we have agreed that it is now time for APEC, which is the bloc of 21 nations, Asia Pacific Economic Community, to translate the FTAAP from the aspirational to a more concrete vision. To that end, we instructed APEC to be able to take concrete steps toward the realization of an FTAAP, which is a major instrument to further APEC's Regional Economic Integration, or REI, agenda. So, I'm sure you got quite a bit out of that. If you go to apec.org, you can learn about them, APEC, and talk about how they're co-opting and creating all of these bloc nations to be able to move toward a global government that we once thought were something along the lines of tin-hatted conspiracy theorists. Well, we have a quote from the president of the People's Republic of China, Communist China, and we are going to be working with Communist China. The world economic recovery still faces many unpredictable and destabilizing factors. We need to intensify regional economic integration and foster an open environment that is conducive to long-term development. Forget about the fact that they're creating, they're expanding the roles of Interpol to be able to create a global police under the United Nations, a world court, which we already have, a World Bank, which we already have. I think it doesn't take long to be able to go through this stuff to figure out that we're deeply in trouble. In the Bloomberg News article, which he quotes, it said, in an address yesterday at a summit, the Chinese president, Xi, said APEC nations should push ahead on the FTAAP agreement, which would probably include Russia, as the region pursues more growth. The business community wants to see such a zone established, he said. Well, to bring it all together, we have a quote here from Vladimir Zhirinovsky, and he happened to be the colonel of the Russian army. And in a 1995 issue of the McIlvaney Intelligence Advisor, he quotes saying that in the press conference at the UN in November 1994, there's been a long hidden agenda to merge America under Russia and the New World Order. The New World Order? As a lieutenant in the Russian army, Vladimir Zhirinovsky is also the founder and leader of the Liberal Democratic Party of Russia, or LDPR, and is a member of the Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe. Talk about European and communist Russia integration, huh? Anyway, that's just a few other pieces and parts. I could go on. I just don't know how boring it's going to be for you, so I'll keep this one really short. Anyway, twice in one day, huh? Have a good day, you guys. Love you. Bye.